and go crazy, and go crazy, and go crazy, and go crazy. Go crazy, all the way from the old to go crazy like a dum-dum. East side homeboy, where I come from. Dance on the floor till you go numb. No fighting, no hating, no red rum. This is OOO City. All the way to the bay, hit the bass, feel me. Catch a case, cause it's beating up your Chevy. Get you moving side to side, getting out sweaty. Make it work it out. Turn the volume up loud. It's a draw crowd, make it all shout. Go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Hit play on the track and I'm ready. Like a quarterback, Tom Brady. Get you all in the frenzy. Go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go crazy. We heard the buzz and turned the club up. They tear the rugs up soon as we turn the subs up. Everybody hands high like a drug bust. Yeah, I'm from the West, homie. Don't you see the dubs up? Baptize him on the spot, fill the tubs up. I frap nines with the flock, tell him fill the cups up. The show though, original, the type is proto. I go, crazy, yeah, loco, it's solo. The coach, you know I represent the Ocho. Immerse them together, put the devil in the chokehold. Either I leave him on the mat flat out, I squeeze the telly black out, or when they see him tap out, they go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the O to L. Go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the O to L. Go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the O to L. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the O to
What's up? It is 8:04. We are promptly ready to get this show started on this fine Tuesday. Y'all know I got a whole spiel I go through, but my sis is in the building. Kels has landed on this fine Tuesday. She was able to wiggle and work us into this busy old entrepreneurial schedule that she's got going on. And she slid on in to the scoop on this Tuesday. So hey girl.
Hello.
And system because it was right there. I had to do that. Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate
you are so welcome. You are so welcome. You've been missed. All right. So for those of you who are new here, y'all don't know why I was so excited. But, we'll catch you up later. But we welcome you. We are so glad that you have decided to spend a few minutes with us here on this Tuesday evening. We know you have so much going on. There's so much dragging and pulling at your attention out here in these internets. And we are glad that we were able to capture a moment or two of your time. We know that, like I said, your time is precious and you're not always able to tune in live. And when you do, we are so thankful. But when you are not, we want to give you options so you can never miss a show. And to do that, we are tapped in all over. Okay. And you can follow us on all of the social media sites like YouTube at The Scoop Show. You can follow us on Facebook at Real Scoop Show and on Instagram at Scoop Radio Show. You can catch the replays, you can catch the conversations, the posts. Yeah, it gets lit wherever we land. So yeah, just hit the bells, follow, subscribe, get the notifications on, all that good stuff. Okay. Also, if you would please in the comment section, drop where you tuning in from. Let us know where you repping, give us the city and state. Make it easy for us. Let us know, because we like to know where you guys are tuning in from, so that we can tap in, tailor some content, all that good stuff, to where you are. So be sure and do that, and continue to comment throughout the show. These conversations about to get real. And the three of us, we know what we think. We know how we feel. We want to know how you feel. So please be sure and hit that comment section and join the conversation. I think that's it. Win, how you doing, sir?
I am good. I'm glad Kels is here. So I'm glad. I'm happy. It's a good day. Like I said, a good day. I'm
the wonderful day in the neighborhood.
Listen, my Kels is here, so that's enough said.
It's the first of the month. Hey, we don't get to do that often, huh? I got
Come on.
Yes. Sis, how are you? How's life been treating you? And this ponytail. How have you and the ponytail been?
You know, the pony is living life. He's living life right now. No, I'm good. I'm busy trying to catch up on rest and wishing this rain will go away.
Oh my goodness.
I don't like that it's chilly in June. But we press on.
It's not chilly. It's not chilly here. It's 80.
Really?
We're like 80 degrees here.
See, that's supposed to be later on this week. It's been raining for like 10 days.
Raining. It's a little nippy size. Nippy size. But yes, I'm blessed and about to get into another busy season, and hopefully I can see the fruits of my labor.
That's right.
Oh yeah, they coming. Starting to blossom. They coming.
Yes.
Right.
So I'm excited about being here too. And
how you doing, Q?
I'm good. I'm very good now. Like all is well in my soul. The crew is back together again. I'm ready for these topics this evening. Let's get into it.
Listen, let me tell y'all something real quick before we get started.
Uh-oh.
Don't get back in if you work out, don't stop.
Oh.
I started back working out to trying to lift real heavy, and today I tried to squat my little 315, and my knee was like, "No, sir."
What are we
doing? We don't do this anymore.
No, sir, you're 41 now, sir. We're not doing that anymore. I was like,
no more making knees. Your making knees is gone.
You're squatting.
I grabbed my knee.
No.
I grabbed my knee. I was like, oh. I had to drag my leg to go sit down and hope nobody saw me. I was sitting there like.
Yeah, by 40, squatting is out of the question. That's only for emergencies.
I'm gonna keep trying, but if y'all see me on some crutches, y'all know why.
I'm gonna need you to find another way. There's another way.
Stretch it out.
Gotta be another way.
I gotta try. So, but anyway, let's go into these hot topics.
Okay. This one, I think I scrolled by this one. I didn't even want to even get into it, but
I said the same thing, but I'm like, let's do it.
I think I scrolled by like half of these. Oh no, I actually commented on this one.
Okay, it says elite in New York City private school under fire after teaching first graders about masturbation. Woo, first grade.
Did you see the video first?
No.
I did. I did press play on the video.
I watched the video.
Yeah. And it wasn't incomplete. The video that is being shared is not the full video. It's a snippet of the video.
Yeah.
It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon where kids and adults are. You want me to synopsis? So it is a kid. It's a cartoon, and it is a group. I think it's like 4 kids and 2 adults, maybe. And they're talking about. I think one of the little girls hit the boy in their pee-pee or something. And he says about their pee-pee, and then the adults pop up, and they're like, well, we often give cute names to our anatomy or whatever, but when we say their real names like penis, we take it more seriously. And then they're like, yeah, the kids are like, yeah, and then they say, yeah, and they said, well, what is it called for a girl? And they talk what it's called for a girl, and they then say, huh?
She says, the JJ.
Yeah, for JJ. And they're like, no, it's actually called a vulva. So they say that. And then the little boy says, well, sometimes my penis jumps and it describes getting an erection. This is the little boy.
And it's first grade.
Yes, but Kels, like before I say that, they go into more, he describes getting an erection, and the little girl says sometime when she's in the bathtub, she touches herself or whatever. And then then of course, after they've done all this, like 5 seconds later, the video ends. It cuts off right before they get into the actual conversation about what all this is and all that other stuff. So we really can't have the full conversation about this specific video because it doesn't really give us the full picture. Now, to your question about the age range, kids are absolutely experimenting with their bodies at this age. Kids are touching each other. They're touching themselves. They're having questions. You got to remember, this is the generation that was handed iPads. These kids know how to work YouTube better than the parents do. Yeah. Okay. So like they've had access to things. They've been exposed to things that we weren't exposed to in the first grade. You know what I'm saying? So there's obviously become a need for this type of education for this age range because it's creating questions, problems, situations for these teachers to have to be able to, they need some type of supplement to that because the parents are running from it. I've got peers with teens that ask me to have the talk with their teenagers. So can you imagine how parents are shutting first graders down when they ask them what's going on with my whatever, or you know what I mean? There's a different kind of conversation that's happening.
That just seems so early.
It is early. It is, but we're exposing our kids to this much earlier than we used to. They got different questions than we had. You know what I mean? Like we can't ignore it.
Yeah.
Because then that leaves them to do dumb stuff. They don't know what's happening.
Here's my thing. I think that, first of all, from my understanding about this story, this was not something that the parents knew was going to be discussed, which is to me the problem.
Yep.
Number two.
Okay, hold on, wait. This was like in school. They showed us in school.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Never mind.
So that's to me problematic. I think that especially if this is new, like something new that they're doing in their curriculum, I would have definitely said, "Hey, this is something we're going to be discussing, so you got the heads up." Number two, from a child development standpoint, there are things like you said, the kids at that age are touching themselves. They have questions. Like, what does this mean when this happens? Why is this happen? So I think as parents, that first conversation really should come from us. But again, I think if as a parent we know this is going to happen in school, then that might help us time it a little better. But at the same time, like these are definitely like I remember like when my kid was like 3 or 4, and I was like, he pulling on himself. What's going on around here? So I had to go and look it up. Like, this is normal. He's exploring. Okay. So now we can have some of these conversations. And then because obviously his mother's a nurse, like they were, we have these conversations. Like, this is what it's called. This is what it does. Yeah. So I think normalizing the conversation is good, and having it in a healthy way is good. I just wish that as a parent, the school would have let the parents know first. So that the parent then has the option to say, either I'm going to have this conversation first, or I don't want my child participating in this conversation just yet. So when y'all do that, can y'all, like let them know. I think to me, that's the problem.
Yeah.
More so.
I didn't know that the parents did not know about that, because you remember when we had the 5th grade conversation, when they separate the boys and the boys find out about their bodies and the girls find out about periods and all that other stuff. Like, there's the process in place for these types of conversations. Yeah. So for them to skip it completely doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And I would hope that parents would be the first people to have this conversation, but we aren't. We can't have this conversation about masturbation among adults mature. You know what I mean? So like we can all say when it's not happening to our kids, I'll talk to my kid about that. But we aren't though. Like we aren't. You know what I mean? I knew it was happening. I didn't shame my, you know what I mean? But I didn't sit any of my children down at that age and explain to them what, you know what I mean, what it was. Yeah. But I also didn't have a teacher calling me saying that, hey, such and such is happening in this class. You know what I mean? We've got a little, I was blessed to not have that type of thing going on. I can't imagine as a teacher, as a school district, as a community having to, if that is the case, but I can imagine with some of these kids, with the things that they're exposed to, you know what I mean? They also have to be able to deal with that. So we can't all sit here and say, well, I'm the one to say it, but you're not saying it. We aren't, as a community, having this conversation maturely, factually. Like this, there was no propaganda from what we were able to see. Everything they said was having a very mature, factual, healthy, conversation that actually spoke to children and gave them, it seemed like it was going in the right direction. But again, without parental consent, that's a no for me. I need to know that this conversation is
the other question I had. How did baby know the word for JJ? I was like, I didn't. I'm just in my mind. I was like, when she said, of all of, they was like, so what do we call? I was like of all of the, name terms for that, I was like, that's the one that she was this, that this child was exposed to. I'm thinking,
but you also have to remember when we have the sexual trafficking conversations, words like cookie, the things that we were brought up being told that that's what we could call it, those have been identified as words that predators use to help groom children. So in this particular content space, we don't want to even put those there as an example. So the JJ is one that we use, but it's also not one that we have been telling. You know what I mean? So like wordplay, they were thoughtful. I think this was thoughtful the way that they did it. Aside from not thinking to ask the parents if it's okay to show it to the kids,
or just like, hey, we're like I'm like, hey, we're approaching health, or we're approaching this, and this is what we're going to be about, just so you know. Because I know, like with my son, with his teachers, they tell us like, hey, we're going into this part of reading and this part of math. They didn't think to be like, hey, we're going into talking about masturbation.
Yeah.
Just so you know. So I don't know. Let's check.
Have a conversation with the parents first. This is a parent meeting. Let's bring them all in and discuss why this curriculum is necessary all of a sudden.
Yeah. All right. David says, as an educator, it's too early. This is something I would pray that parents would talk to their kids about. Yeah, I would, but they don't even talk to their kids about prayer. But I digress. I know schools should be a place that teaches us the whole child, but there should be a line drawn. They definitely have different questions. I agree. Winfred, exactly. As a parent, I would be furious if my child was to talk about this and I did not know. Yep, I would be too. I would definitely be as well. Says Q, Winfred, you make both good points. Yeah, definitely don't do it without my consent. Makes me not able to trust that you're working with me as a parent.
Yeah, that's a trust. You're right. Mm-hmm.
Totally agree. I can't, I agree. All right.
I want to see the rest of the video. Somebody find the video and link it. I'm gonna have to Google. I want to see the rest of it. I'm interested. Yeah.
All right.
Well, this next one is actually the opposite end of the kiddies. Talking about dress codes. Oh yeah, it was a lot. Oh, you got to blow that up.
Yeah.
I remember things on there. What they had, hoodie. This is I guess the restaurant is called Steak 48, and they have a dress code policy. And so this is the list of items that are prohibited. I remember I had to go back and reread it. I'm like, dang, let me go.
Everything. Urban clothing is prohibited. Period.
That's it right there. Anything that is urban, you can't wear.
All of it. I was like, how are you that specific?
So do you think that this was like, because they, the thing was like, this is racist, and do y'all think this was a racist attempt? I think this said something like, also you had to spend $100 a person too, or something. Like there's $100 minimum per person. That's where I was like, that part I didn't. I was like, I don't know if that's racist, but I know it surely is a socioeconomic thing, because if it's 5 of us, it's like.
I think. Go ahead, Q.
I was gonna wait because I probably have the least popular opinion on this panel. I do not find this racist. I think this was absolutely targeting. So let me say it this way: there have also been photos shared from, I don't know, because I've also learned that there are quite a few different locations. There's a location in Houston, there's a location I think in Atlanta, there's one I think somewhere up east. So there are various locations, but it's one location. There have been I've seen a collage of photos shown, and the people that were in these pictures looked like they were going to the club. Like it looked like en route to Old School Grenadier after the let out. It did not look like you were going to a nice upscale sit down restaurant. So I think if after a while, if you go through the effort of setting the expectation of your space to have a certain type of ambiance, environment, attract a certain type of people, then at some point, and the opposite are showing up and patronizing your spot, and they may possibly not also be buying food, drinks, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Yes, it's time to put something in place on paper that can say, this is what I want at this place. I'm gonna put it on paper, y'all. Since y'all couldn't figure it out based on my menu, my pricing, all of this that I set up, it did not say this is not the place for this. Well, let me go on and make it plain and put it on paper. And I don't see anything wrong with that. As a business owner, I don't see anything wrong with that. If I'm trying to hang out and look like that and hang and be chill and do my club thing and we pre-gaming, I'm not going to go to this place. This is my date night. This is my girls' night. This is when we're trying to show out and get bougie and do our thing. We're doing our high class thing. We can go here. That's not where I want to go some nights. There's not a problem with that. I'm not going to boycott this place. I'm just not going to go here tonight. Like, why is this a discussion? And I don't care about them having a minimum. For some, we go to clubs and they got a 2-drink minimum. We go to Bricktown Comedy Club. They make you buy something to eat. They make you get 2 drinks. They make you do all of that. Is we mad because we can't afford 100 plus? Don't go. Don't go. That's not for you this time. Get your money up.
I'm looking at the menu. I'm looking at the menu. And the cheapest thing on the menu, food wise, like actual entree, is $39.
Yeah. So it's not going to be hard to hit the $100 minimum.
So $39 for that. Then, and this is a a la carte. So if you get $39 for this, ain't even a steak; it's a salmon. So the salmon is $39. So I get what do you get with salmon? Some asparagus or something?
You need a starch and you need a veggie.
You get asparagus, you get 12. So the asparagus is $12. So that's $49.51. Plus, then let's say you get the mac and cheese, that's another 12. That's $61.63. Okay.
You're not even drinking yet.
That's not a drink. So the wine list. Yeah, okay. I mean, with just that right there, and wine is about $12 a glass, depending on what you
get. That may be. I don't think it's racist. I don't think the intent was racist. I think just it is a targeted action because the type. But to me, the type of person they're targeting are, minority youth, Black youth, and a lot of the things that they're saying that is worn, like you guys said. So I don't think it was intentionally, maybe not specifically racist, but I think it is targeting a specific type of person. Because there's plenty of people with money that can afford this menu that dress like that. You know what I mean?
I think it's attracting a certain energy. Because like on any given night, I could have thousands of dollars in my pocket, but my energy is not for this place. You know what I mean? I might need to ball out somewhere with us. You know what I'm saying? And on another night when I'm dressed right and my energy is different, I can take thousands and I can go in there and spend my money. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, when we get upset about these types of things, it's reducing us. Like we won't fit. We don't fit. This ain't for us. Why is it not for us? You don't have nothing. You don't have a coat. You don't have a tie. You don't have a nice dress to cover something up. Like you can't go and have a seat somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it's saying that we just won't. Like this ain't us. Like, but it can be. There are folks that do this. We look like this too. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. That's where it misses me because I absolutely fit that demographic when I want to, and I can absolutely fit the opposite when I want to. Like, why are we limiting ourselves? I don't understand.
I think that this is actually a bigger a bigger issue or bigger thing. I think we are in a time where people don't like to be told what they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
People don't want to fit. They don't want to feel like they have to conform. They feel like if this is what I feel like doing, I want to do it. And that's across the spectrum of our humanity. And I think this says, because I've always gone to places where you knew that there was a dress code.
Yeah.
Forever.
So it's not a new thing. And so it's just now, I mean, it used to be there's a dress code for church, there's a dress code for work, there's a dress code for, and now we're saying, I don't want to do that. I want to be, if I want to wear whatever, I should be able to wear whatever. If I want to do whatever, I should be able to. And I think this is saying, this is the type of look we want in this restaurant. This is the type of feel we want in this restaurant. And this is what it is. I do think, I know a lot of, not being funny, I know a lot of white boys who dress exactly how this, what they're talking about. So I don't necessarily think that they're saying, we don't want black people. I think they're saying don't want black people or white people, or anybody else who comes dressed like this, who ain't ready to drop no coin. And this, I went to Vast. And when I went to Vast, first of all, I was surprised that I saw people in there with gym shoes on. Because in my mind, I'm like, this is like not a place that you wear gym shoes.
Yeah.
And so, and even the people who work there, some of them, I was like, why are you dressed like this working here? That's not like, but to me, it diminished the experience, because if I'm coming here to drop this kind of coin, I want the person to look a certain kind of way.
And it used to be different, but I think they're just happy people are coming back now, because you don't go to Mahogany in your tennis shoes. Like, you do not go across the street to Mahogany in your tennis shoes. When Vast first opened, that was the ambiance, the vibe is exactly what you got when you went there. People could not wait to post their pictures there. But now you could be sitting somewhere, it could be looking like Texas Roadhouse, or you could be looking like that. You know, but that's the pandemic. The pandemic has done that also. You know what I mean? And it'll be a while before, or if ever, because, you know, this is the new normal now. We just happy that you came. So it will be harder for places like this to stand firm on it. But I am honestly not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it, but I don't think it's a racist thing. But I think just some of when we talk about things that are prohibited, and you see all this stuff that looks like you, I can see how someone could take offense to it.
Yes.
Yeah. So they're saying, we don't want young thugs in our.
A lot of it is, if you think about it, a lot of the things that they're talking about that other cultures do, they've appropriated from us. So it's like it makes you feel like that they're targeting you, but it's like, no, fam, you just got from the jacket to this one place. That's all.
That's it. Yep.
You want to read some comment?
Oh, sorry. I'm still trying to
processing this one, because it's like, because we were talking about Homeboy when they were on the walls at the spot. You know what I mean? We were just talking about that, and he was like, "We don't do that in here." You know.
Sinead says, I think they were saying black people not allowed without saying it. They'll drive the quality of your business down. I agree with you. Candace says she agrees with you. Sinead says, sounds like the people are going in there just to check in on social media.
Possibly.
just give me a mac and cheese.
Yeah, that's free game. I'm telling you. Yeah,
makes so much sense. Don't get me wrong on this, but this is exactly what Monique is pointing at with the bonnets. We're gonna come to that. Don't. Okay. It's an etiquette as a whole that we are losing our community. I would agree that that's definitely affecting us. They're trying to get they're trying to skybar it, where they did purposely make the rules to ban black people. This isn't that though. I don't know what happened to What happened to the Skybar?
Skybar was a trip for a while. Skybar was open back in the early 2000s, I think it was. It was a bar downtown that would flat out. It was a while ago. Skybar was never one of my spots that I hit when I was in my present day.
I don't really remember.
But it could be Brad and it could be Bobby dressed exactly the same. Brad is on his way in. Bobby can't come. And it got extra for a while. It went on for a very long time. There were news stories done on it. There was people that were, it was a trip. But yeah, Skybar was overt. And my thoughts was stop going to Skybar. Like, why are we forcing ourselves into Skybar? That's that club's not for us, you know.
They eventually closed.
Yeah, it's closed. I think it's somebody else now. Like the building is still there. I'm pretty sure somebody's in there, but it's not Skybar. But yeah, I don't. Yeah, those. I don't understand. That is what happened though. But when we had other clubs that were good and welcomed us, I don't know why we kept fighting to get into Skybar. It was not that popping. It was not that popping.
I think you make a good point. I mean, I think on the one hand, I would say, yeah, definitely. If it's a place that's not welcoming, I don't have to spend my money. But on the other hand, you know, you kind of want to. It's sometimes you think it's the experience and why it's the experience of having to go through life of always feeling like you can't go.
Yeah,
you know, you're not wanted. So I get the pushback, but I also get. I'm just not gonna give y'all my money.
Yeah, we have other things now. There are other things for us to do that we're creating, but for whatever reason, we still want to be in those places so bad.
Yeah.
So like we're very duplicitous in our frustrations.
And I don't think, because when people think about fighting for, you know, the culture and all that type of thing, they think it has to be, we have to be accepted everywhere. It's still offensive to even just be in your own, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Be in your own space, or the separate but equal mentality that a lot of people were trying to dispel, trying to say we could have the same thing and it could just be, you know, ours over here. Don't worry about it. But it's still offensive because we feel like, don't deny me any space.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to be in your space, but at the same time,
I don't even want to be here. But you not gonna tell me I ain't.
Yeah. Exactly. So it's just.
So yeah, some stuff gets blown out of proportion.
So I'm not sure. I watch live on my phone while we go. It's telling us that our live has been paused and we'll resume, but it shows here that we're still live. I don't know. Y'all type a comment or give us some emojis or something if we're still live.
It says live video interrupted.
Yeah.
It's still, I showed live on. Hold on.
Yeah, it shows we're live on Be Live, but every time I click back into
y'all can hear us, type something, someone, if y'all can still see.
Yeah, if you all can still hear us.
Oh yeah, it just froze.
Yeah, and the last time it let me click in, we're down to one viewer.
Yeah, I see it.
Sorry, y'all.
Yep.
That's back to 4. So did it start back? Yeah, I see Shanae is back. I said, did it? Yeah, I see. Okay, I said, did it?
Mine hasn't started bad.
Yeah, it won't let me click into it.
All right, let me restart it.
Okay.
Wait, so let me try this first. That work? Nope, it just ended the live. Okay, I'm gonna start another one. Give me 1 second.
Okay.